From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. The clock is ticking on extensive, mild Pacific air that has infiltrated much of the U.S. in the past week. AccuWeather meteorologists are advising that much colder air from the Arctic will invade the central and the eastern regions and could set up a stormy pattern with areas of substantial snow for much of the first half of January. The upcoming pattern could be a costly one in terms of those struggling to pay energy bills and travelers heading home from the holidays or beginning business trips for the first couple of weeks of the new year. The jet stream pattern, which has been generally west to east over the weekend, will soon develop a large southward buckle. And as this occurs, the doors to the Arctic will be open. So, when will this pattern begin? Well, the big dip in the jet stream will evolve in stages over the week and not in one massive sudden shift. The first exploits of colder air will begin during the middle and latter part of the week, but then as the jet stream dip continues to evolve, the Polar Express will kick into high gear during the first full week of January. The end result will direct a significant amount of Arctic air directly southward over the north-central states and then into portions of the south-central and southeast states. For example, around Chicago, mild conditions with highs in the 40s are in store into Tuesday. But in the wake of progressively strong pushes of Arctic air, highs from Friday through next weekend will be no better than the 20s, and then no better than the 10s from January 7th through the 10th. As we get into the middle of the month, temperatures may trend to 25 to 35 degrees below the historical average for what are typically some of the coldest days of the winter anyway. As the cold air deepens and tightens its grip before the middle of January, sub-zero temperatures will be felt over a portion of the north-central states. As much colder air blasts across the Great Lakes and into the Northeast in waves, it will unleash shifting bands of heavy lake-effect snow that can hamper travel, increase the risk of multiple vehicle pileups, and even close some major highways at times. Multiple feet of snow may bury some communities where the bands of heaviest lake-effect snow persist. The nature of the pattern is likely to be strewn by various storms of different magnitude and tracks. Depending on exactly where these storms travel, a band of heavy snow and wintry mix is likely to occur just to the north and west of the center of low pressure for each system. While it is too far out to pinpoint the exact track of storms, the upcoming pattern is conducive to supporting storms that bring snow or a wintry mix instead of plain rain to many areas. Not only may some storms bring a general snowfall or two to parts of the Midwest, but there is also some risk that accumulating snow may reach the Mid-Atlantic and New England coasts, and perhaps parts of the south-central and southeast states. Now, this means that major metro areas such as Chicago, Boston, New York City, Philadelphia, D.C., Charlotte, Atlanta, and others could be on the receiving end of accumulating snow during the pattern. This type of weather pattern occurring during some of the historically coldest days of the winter has a significant chance of leading to major travel disruptions and most certainly a surge in energy demand in much of the central and eastern U.S. Multiple tornadoes touched down in Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi over the weekend, killing at least 2 as a wintertime severe weather outbreak rumbled through the Gulf Coast states. Thunderstorms started to erupt early Saturday afternoon in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi, and continued into Saturday night, racing east as day turned to night. Now, one of the first tornadoes of the day was spotted in Katy, Texas, a western suburb of Houston. A line of storms Saturday are responsible for more than 150 storm reports, including more than 30 reported tornadoes. A long-tracked storm southeast of Houston led to multiple tornado reports over the span of several hours, starting near the town of Liverpool, where officials confirmed 1 fatality and 4 injuries. The same tornado-producing storm that tracked near Dickinson around 1:45 p.m. before moving across Trinity Bay, it continued to track northeast almost parallel to Interstate 10, and by 4 in the afternoon, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was reported near Port Arthur. The same storm continued to race east, south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. In Mississippi, multiple rounds of thunderstorms caused damage on Saturday, including one large tornado that destroyed homes and toppled trees in McCall Creek, about 60 miles southwest of Jackson. An 18-year-old high school student in Natchez, Mississippi, died after a tree fell on a home. 2 others were injured. Power outages were slowly rising over the weekend, with about 130,000 without power in Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Texas. That's all for now. You can find more stories and regional forecasts at AccuWeather.com, and for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day, be safe, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.